Hello again, card fighters. Welcome to Gleaming Card Lore, the series where I break down my favorite stories from the planet Cray. After a brief detour, I'm back to talk about the Dragon Empire prior to the events of Vanguard Overdress. Or as the wiki calls it, Dragon Empire Historical? Anyway, the Dragon Empire has 5 clans, one less than the United Sanctuary. They are led by a figure who has never been given a name other than the Emperor. I can only assume he's a dragon. Why else would he be called the Dragon Empire? They're a military-focused nation that harbors an unhealthy rivalry with the United Sanctuary. Kagero is the primary army of the Dragon Empire. They're an aerial assault unit led by Draconic Overlord. Yes, Kagero truly has been Overlord the clan all this time. The name Kagero means heat haze. Kagero is composed of mainly flame dragons, dragon men, and human dragon knights. There are only 2 flame dragons that are not a part of Kagero in some shape or form as of recording this. There's Eradicator Dragon Mage, and his previous form, Old Dragon Mage. Both are Narukami units. While researching for this video, I found out some interesting details about Kagero that I thought I'd mention. You see, Kagero has 2 relics that they've been using for generations to win battles. The Spear of the Flame Dragon, Tar, and the Armor of the Flame Dragon, Bar. I'm sure the average player recognizes them in this form. But those bodies are not theirs. You see, Bar and Tar are both cursed items. They seal away the wielder's emotions other than their spirit to fight. Essentially, they consume the wielder's minds and cannot be removed unless the user has been drained of spirit energy or physically killed. Bar and Tar are just one example of the terrible lust for power and conquest this nation holds. I would say that Kagero's use of these cursed items is downright unethical. It only gets worse when you throw Dragon Knight Aleph into the mix. Aleph was just some kid. That's right, a child soldier of the Dragon Empire. Aleph was the first person to use both Bar and Tar together. After Bar and Tar were done with their previous hosts, Aleph picked up the armor and the spear to fight. They granted him power, but consumed everything in his heart besides the urge to fight and the urge to win. Aleph was a powerful but violent tool at Kagero's disposal. And it can only stand to reason that this poor child's entire soul was devoured by the 2 cursed relics. Aleph, while relatively minor in the grand scheme of Vanguard history, was chewed up and spat out by a system that had no intention of letting him live a good life. He died for the sake of the Empire's conquest, and he died a shell of his former self. Moving away from that honestly depressing story, why don't we take a look at the Empire's primary ground army, Tachikaze. The name means cutting wind, and has been used to refer to the sound a long katana makes when it's swung through the air. They're a clan of dino dragons and other super agent species that have been modified with powerful mechanical weaponry. That's right. They're dinosaur cyborgs created for combat. The Dino Dragons of Tachikaze were once the main power of the Empire. This changed when a flame dragon known as Cross, who is now called Hell Deity Steel Dragon Cross Origin, was forcibly given the power of a destructive guardian dragon and scorched the western lands of the Empire, taking almost everything living there with it. The Dino Dragons that remain are an absolutely terrifying force to be reckoned with. Their leader, Death Rex, is a vicious fighter who destroys enemies at all costs. He has earned the name Tyrant because he is feared by friend and foe alike. Another troop of Tachikaze you might be familiar with, Ancient Dragons, are composed of the oldest dino dragons known to man. They survived the explosion caused by Cross Origin because they slumbered underground. During Link Joker's invasion, they were awakened by pollution. Of course, when they got up, they immediately went to ruin the day of whoever disturbed their sleep. The last Dino Dragon I want to tell you guys about is Gaia Emperor. This is mainly because I want to mention that he participated in an exchange game of Gallows Ball with Spike Brothers, where he lost because he intentionally avoided using live ammo. Next on the list is Narukami, literally meaning Thunder God. This clan of Thunder Dragons arose to fill the gap Kagero left when they were captured by the Void. Dragonic Kaiser Vermilion is the head of this clan. He led the charge to free Overlord and the heroes of the Empire from the Void. Narukami inhabits the deserts at the edge of the Empire and excel in fighting in their arid conditions. My favorite troop of Narukami is Eradicator. During the invasion era, Eradicators were a task force dedicated to the eradication of any and all threats to the Empire. Led by Dragonic Descendant, they stop at nothing to achieve their goals, and are trained to succeed at any cost. Notable members include Gauntlet Buster Dragon, whose fierce loyalty and fighting spirit earned him the title of Wrecker, and Vowing Sword Dragon, who was the first chosen to bear the title of Eradicator. During Vanguard G, Eradicators became a covert group. Their methods and ideologies shifted as they became one of the largest troops in Narukami. The stealth operations of the Empire are split between our two final clans for today, Murakumo and Nubatama. Let's start with Murakumo. Its name means gathering clouds, and is drawn from one of Japan's 3 imperial regalia. No, we aren't talking about the Oracle card. No, get that out of here. Murakumo is a clan comprised of stealthy abyss dragons, demonic rogues, ghosts, and war beasts. In combat, they focus on using shadow clones and summons. This is reflected in their frequent use of superior calls from the deck. Covert demonic dragon Magatsu Storm is the head of the Magatsu line. They developed a technique they called the Meteor Shower that combines a variety of ninjutsu into one versatile fighting style. In the distant past, there was a stealth rogue of Murakumo who sought to destroy the Empire from the inside. His name was Kagami Jishi, and he was beheaded after leaving a trail of blood in his wake. Fast forward to Cardfight Vanguard G, and he is summoned accidentally via Stride. Kagami Jishi resumes his rampage. The death toll numbers in the hundreds in just a few days. He attempts to return to his old home, Murakumo. Then, at the Northern Dragon Bridge, he is confronted by a single stealth rogue. Yasuie subdues Kagami Jishi, and he is returned to his own time by Gear Chronicle. With this battle, Yasuie would make himself known as one of the most famous Murakumo ninja. The final clan of the Dragon Empire is Nubatama. Their name means pitch black darkness. They're the only ones that break the Empire's trend of naming clans after the weather. Much like Murakumo, they are comprised of abyss dragons, demons, ghosts, and war beasts. The difference is that while Murakumo is the Empire's black ops, Nubatama is the Empire's covert ops. They specialize in espionage. Nubatama is headed by the Shura stealth dragons, who are excellent at imprisonments, binding their enemies down with every opportunity. The Nubatama ninja are known for making any sacrifice necessary to fulfill their mission, even if those being sacrificed aren't aware of it themselves. The Shiranui clan was a victim of such a sacrifice. As their leader, Stealth Dragon Shiranui, was at death's door, he was approached by Mugen Lord and granted the evil eye of domination. Through it, he learned of Krei and Earth's connection and sought to sever it in memory of his fallen comrades. For more on Shiranui's story, watch Cardfight Vanguard G next. Now you have a basic understanding about the 5 clans of the Dragon Empire. Join us next time where we take a look at the next biggest nation on Krei, the Dark Zone. Hey guys, if you watched this far, I just want to say thank you. I know it took a while for me to actually finish making this video, but school got busy and I was just doing my best trying to get the writing done for this on the side, and I hope that it still lives up to the expectations. This one's actually a bit longer than the other Gleaming Card Lores. I'm really happy about that, because as I put up the other ones, I was just thinking, oh, these are a little bit too short. But I think that you should consider subscribing if you haven't already, because only 6% of the people who watch my videos are actually subscribed to my channel, and I feel like it would help a lot if you would subscribe, because then that way you'd be notified when I post the Dark Zone Gleaming Card Lore. But that's enough out of me. I'll see you guys some other time.